For my cultural heritage research project, I researched Joshua Whitehead, an Oji-Cree member of the Peguis First Nation in Manitoba, Canada. He studied Indigenous literature at the graduate level at the University of Calgary and has since become a well-known author within the queer and Indigenous communities. His most well-known book, Johnny Appleseed, was awarded the Lambda Literary Award for Gay Fiction, and an anthology that he was the editor of, entitled Love After the End, an anthology of two-spirit Indigiqueer speculative fiction, won the Lambda Literary Award for LGBT anthologies. You may also recognize his name from the titles Making Love with the Land essays and Full Metal Indigiqueer. He identifies as two-spirit, an identity common to Indigenous people. Two-spirit is an umbrella term which can encompass a wide variety of queer identities, including those who experience queer attraction or a gender variant. What may be defined as queer in Western culture may be defined as two-spirit in Indigenous culture. The Peguis First Nation, with a population over 11,000, is named after the chief who led the Saulteaux people to the Cree settlements at Netley Creek and East Selkirk, both of which are in Manitoba, where Whitehead was born. The Oji-Cree is the merged group of the Ojibwe and Cree peoples, descended from historical intermarriage between the two groups. They are a component group of related Indigenous groups in the Great Lakes region called the Anishinaabe, which translates to people from whence lowered. This translation essentially means the good humans, or those who are on the right path given to them by the Great Spirit Gishe Manitou. The Ojibwe, one of the tribes from which Whitehead's people are descended, call themselves the Anishinaabe, which means true people. They traditionally lived by cultivating corn and squash, hunting and fishing, and harvesting wild rice. In the summer months, they hold Nime Adima, social festivals with singing, dancing, and canoeing in birch bark canoes. The Midewiwin Society keeps scrolls of oral history, songs, and events that defined the Ojibwe tribe. As for the Cree, the other tribe constituting the Oji-Cree, they cherish a worldview which focuses on interconnectivity between people and nature. They believe that health and happiness can be achieved by living in balance with nature, and their religious traditions are largely based on relations with animals and other spirits. They are a culturally rich tribe in the traditions of art and music, specifically in practicing beadwork, painting teepees, and drumming. They have a wide variety of cultural ceremonies and rituals, including the Sundance, vision quests, pipe ceremonies, and sweat lodges. While the Oji-Cree, Whitehead's tribe, maintains values and traditions of both the Ojibwa and the Cree tribes, they closely identify with the Ojibwa in a structural sense, while their literary tradition more closely resembles the Cree. Both tribes are based in community and a profound connection to nature. The Anishinaabe, the group of nations which encompasses the Oji-Cree, participated in major conflicts, such as the 7 Years' War and the War of 1812, as allies with the French, English, or Americans. The groups of tribes also participated as allies to the same nations during international conflicts, World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. The Anishinaabe also played a key role in the signing of multiple treaties with newcomers as settlement expanded inland, establishing a nation-to-nation relationship with Britain and a number of reserves, on which the tribe members still reside. Just like all Indigenous peoples, the Anishinaabe have suffered under colonial policies such as the Indian Act, which banned various Indigenous ceremonies and events in residential schools. These kinds of restrictions have had and continue to have treacherous political and socioeconomic effects on Indigenous communities, though the Oji-Cree culture continues to thrive, an indication of the vibrancy of their way of life. The Oji-Cree's art form include birch bark and ash baskets and boxes, traditionally featuring designs made of porcupine quills, an art form known as quill work. Following the era of contact, they incorporated European craft traditions into their culture, including beads and cloth. They also have a storied tradition with music. Drumming specifically is used for both entertainment and healing, playing a key role in ceremonies. Singing is also central to the community festivals. The Oji-Cree are a community-minded group, never surrendering their lands to those who tried to occupy. In fact, they continue today to attempt re-establishing jurisdiction over their stolen lands. Together, they work diligently to preserve their culture, relying on elders to teach up-and-coming members of the community their traditional practices and stories. To be Anishinaabe means to live by the teachings of wisdom, love, respect, bravery, honesty, humility, and truth. and most importantly, to be grounded in the awareness that everything has a spirit, so everything is connected, especially the members of their community. The music heard throughout the podcast is an Ojibwe prayer song. Thank you for listening.